Hi guys, I am doing my review on the Baby Jogger City Select stroller. I love the stroller. It's a very versatile stroller. You can have it as is when you purchase it in a single stroller mode. It can convert into a double stroller. It has up to 16 different configurations. I am not able to do all 16 because I only have one seat. Actually, I technically have two. I could try doing some of these with my City Versa seat. So I will go grab that. So I've grabbed the City Versa stroller, have it sitting over here on the side, but I can do some of the seat configurations with this one. Like I've said, it's a nice versatile stroller. It has, just like my Versa, I'm going to do a comparison video between the two strollers later, but it has the awesome braking system. Brakes are engaged, brakes are off. As you can see, I've got the stroller extended at the highest point. You know, this I can push simpler like this. I'm going to push my arms up. This really isn't a true comfortable position for myself, so I can just drop this down. Sorry guys, this is bugging me. I know the lamp is horrible. So the handlebar can slide up and down, scope up and down. I have the optional parent a caddy attached to it. It comes separate. This one I actually got off my Versa when I bought my Versa, but I plan on purchasing the newer one for this one and putting this one back on the Versa. I have one on the Versa, but right now it's just one size fits all type, and I don't care for it. So before I get into that, get sidetracked, let's talk about this stroller. So I really like the seat on this stroller. It has a recline on it. So it's got a 3-position recline. So this is all the way back. I do not have it, but there is actually a fabric that you can purchase that you can use this frame to turn this into a bassinet. So that's why it lays so flat. This actually would be kind of a decent position for a newborn. I would prefer like a bassinet for the newborn, but if you didn't want to purchase the bassinet like I have, or if you didn't want to purchase the other the City Select fabric for a bassinet, this does get pretty flat, kind of at the similar angle as a car seat. It's just baby's feet would be up. This liner that I have in here, I purchased that separately. I just put it in because my cats like to lay in here, and I don't want my cat fur all over it. So this has a very nice sunshade all the way back. This is just 2 and then 3 clicks. It's very full. It has magnetic closure, so if parents want to do the little peekaboo to check on baby. And it sticks to the front of the stroller too when you have it open. Also, I don't have it, but there is a mosquito net or a bug net that zips on to the sunshade, and then it comes down and loops under. So it minimizes the exposure of bugs getting into the stroller, because it's pretty much covers like all the way around. There's a few spots like right here, like a bug could fly in, but a lot of like the general bug nettings that go over the whole seat, they don't fully cover a seat. I know from personal experience, because my son, when he was a baby, we had one of those, and he still would get bug bites with that thing on his stroller. Also, if you need to take the sunshade off, it zips. It has this section in the back that has mesh. Zip it on and off. So once again, because it has the mesh in the back, it's keeping it nice and tight back here. It's also keeping the sunshade in place, where a lot of them, they're either sewn in so you can't take them off, or they're just, bugs can get in through the back. The back also has, Taffy, move. She wants to get back in. She thinks the stroller's for her. I'm not sure how well you can see this. On the back of the stroller, there's also a nice little pocket back here on the seat. So if mom or dad need to put some items in there, like toys or bottles or blankets or binkies or whatever, there's that. As well as when you have it in double stroller mode, the child in this seat can put stuff in the pocket of the seat in front of it. I can talk about the fold. So you can fold it with the seat on. I personally think it folds more compact with the seat off. So just slide the bar down, pull the seat off, and then you just lift up and it folds. If you're using the attachments for like the car seat, they suggest you take the attachments off. If you're traveling with it and you purchase, and here's the lock to lock the frame, you can purchase a separate bag. The wheels come off very easily. They go back on very easily. Just a matter of seconds. So some people prefer to travel with it in the bag and then just check the bag. Pop it back open. It has two heights, and these are just little protectors, so they can go up here or go down there to keep little fingers safe from going in those spots. Set these to the side, but you can have the stroller up where I had it before, or you can move the stroller down lower. If I'm walking around with this in single mode, I'm going to probably have the stroller down at a lower height. Just my own personal preference because I'm shorter. A taller person may want it on the second height. But it also makes it nice for toddlers to get in and out. Now we can kind of go into some more of the other pieces to it. So like I had mentioned, it works with a car seat. Like my Versa, it uses the same adapters, and these have a right and a left on it, so this side is left and that side is right. So the adapters, I believe, is right. Got to make sure I have the correct adapter. And left. So if I wanted to put an infant seat on here, see, this is where the parent tray kind of gets in the way. I now have a snap and go. Like, I can move this down to this one as having the stroller in single mode. But say I have baby in the car seat, but I need to carry a toddler. I can just pop these little covers off and slide in my second seat adapters. And once again, they have a right and left on them. So this is the right side. So this is the right adapter. And you just push the button in and pop it in. This is the left adapter. And then I can put the seat on. I can have the seat facing out for the toddler, and I can still get my hand in here to recline if I need to. If I can squeeze it again. Sorry guys, my carpal tunnel has been acting up, so it's hard to use my wrists. So this is on the second. There we go. And this is all the way up. Or if I really don't want this child, like this child sleeping, I don't want them overstimulated, I can just zip this portion down and I can turn the seat in reverse. And so now I can lay this child flat and put the sunshade up, and this child is now not as overstimulated. Like I said, if the child's sleeping, and then you've got baby up here in its car seat, and you can go on your way. Or say, for instance, so that's one configuration. I can put the infant seat down here and the stroller. I can show you guys. Take this off. Move the adapters down. And I know in the video when I showed putting the frame together, I did this quickly. If you're going to put these two together, it's probably better to have this one rear facing. And I had it laying down, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Grab it again. There we go. So now I've got baby here, and unfortunately the child in this seat cannot recline if you have it in this position. But you know, sometimes you have a sleeping baby that doesn't fully need your attention right now, but you have toddler that is having a difficult time and needs to see mom. So you can deal with toddler. Or take this off. So let's put the infant seat away. So now you have graduated from infant seat but you have the bassinet, and you don't want baby in the infant seat. You're going someplace where you can use that. The only thing with this bassinet that I have, it's so much bigger than the one that goes on the frame, that this seat has to face in. So the toddler would have to face in. The infant, or the bassinet has its own adapters. And you might remember from my City Versa video, I personally like these adapters better for the car seat, and the car seat adapter is better for the bassinet on that single frame stroller. This one, it will only work this way. And you have to pop the handle up. And now you have the bassinet. Unfortunately, you cannot turn this seat around forward with the bassinet. You can have two bassinets on it, and basically the bassinets would kind of be laying over each other. So if you had two babies and you needed two bassinets. The only thing I do not like about the bassinet, the deluxe one that I have, is because it is so large. You are able to put it down here and that up there. Once again, that seat needs to be rear facing. You can do that quick. But similar to when you had the infant seat on the bottom, you cannot recline this seat. So switch this around. Move this up. There we go. These adapters can go on either side, so there's not a right or left. Once again, push baby in. Like I said, well, technically, you could have this one turned around, but basically the front of the bassinet will be sitting where the feet go for the child in the seat. I have had it sitting that way before. I guess if you really had a child that its legs could fit through the sides and didn't mind putting their legs through these small sides. I guess you could, but personally, I'm not a fan of this configuration at all. It's doable if you need to, but I personally don't like the bassinet all the way in the front because it's just too big. So let's take the bassinet off. Take the adapters off for it. And we can go into the 2 seats. So like I said, I have my Versa seat, which the Versa seat is a little bit larger than the City Select seat. So I can sit that on the front. Just slide in. There we go. And now I have a nice double stroller. And as I said, this seat is a little bit longer than this seat. If you actually put I can put this seat in this seat and it fits because this one's longer, this one's a little bit shorter. This is more like the length of that deluxe bassinet, where this, like I said, you can get that smaller fabric. So you can have the children both facing out. You can have one child facing out and one child facing in. The only problem with this is this child can kick that child in the face. So you can have it that way, or you can have both children facing the parent. So it is, I mean, just right there with just the 2 seats, you have got 3 different configurations. And it's a multi-tasking stroller. I like it especially for parents who have 2 little ones. Like this honestly would have been the perfect solution when both of my kids were younger, because I didn't always need a double stroller. There were times that I just had one child and all I needed was a single stroller, but all I had was my double stroller in the back of my car, and that double stroller, you had to have 2 kids in it, otherwise it was hard to push if you just had one child in it at a time. A lot of times, even if we only needed one child in, we would shove stuff on the other side, because typically it was my daughter was in the stroller and my son was walking. Another option is you can buy a boogie board that attaches to the back here where the brake system is. It attaches to this bar down here, and so you can have a child basically stand up, you slide this all the way up, you won't have the parent handle, and they basically, their body goes in the frame. This you could drop down the seat or the leg rest, and that a child can ride there as well. So you can have up to 3 kids on the stroller at once. But, you know, it makes it really nice if you have 2 kids close in age. If you have twins and you only take one out, you don't have to have a double stroller and a single stroller. You can just have one stroller that multitasks. I'm just going to put this down here. It also has a lot of other attachments. There is one attachment that I particularly really want to get. I just have to save up for it. Is with these 2 front bars, they actually have a grocery bag that slides into these adapters on the second seat. And like I could take this, say for instance, like on an outing, put the baby up in this one, and I could go to Target or the supermarket or whatever, and I could put that attachment on. I wouldn't have to shove everything in the basket underneath, which, I mean, it is a nice big basket, but sometimes shopping, I've shopped with a stroller with kids, and sometimes you just feel like every employee is thinking or stealing everything by putting it underneath. Well, if you have the basket attachment up front, you can put all of your stuff that you're purchasing in that basket. When you get up, you literally can pull it off, hand it to them. They can ring everything up, put it in the bags, put the bags back in the basket, and attach the basket to the front. I believe it's a hard-sided basket. So like you could even pull it off and then put that in your car. Or if you're walking, you know, like going to a supermarket, or like going to a flea market, or just if, I mean, for me, where I live, there's nothing to go shop around. But I know some people live in urban areas that, you know, you can walk out your store and walk down a few blocks and you're at the supermarket, you're at little stores that you shop at. I mean, it just makes it nice. Or like when I go to that one outdoor mall in Austin that I absolutely love, you know, it'd be nice just to have that on there to store extra, have extra room for storage while shopping, not having to keep going back to the car. Because one thing Baby Jogger and a lot of strollers don't recommend is like the mommy hooks to hang bags, because even though these are nice sturdy strollers, they can still flip. And I'm going to put these clips back in since I have it here. So these clips, once again, just slide in to keep little fingers safe. And now I'm done. I'm back to just needing this as a single stroller. Let's push the buttons, pop these out, put the covers back in, and now we are a single stroller again. So it goes through lots of different changes in its life. This is another forever stroller. The Versa will probably be a forever stroller. Like, honestly, even if we would have twins, I would still keep the Versa, just, you know, throw it in the back of whatever vehicle we don't take. We only take every so often. If we needed to put this one in, we could. But the Versa has its own set of skills that I love, that the City Select cannot do, and the City Select has skills that the Versa cannot do. So I just love the stroller in a whole. And once again, it's a Baby Jogger, so like the fabric and stuff just snaps on the frame. This part you can actually extend out if you needed to. I have it all the way up because I don't need it all the way out. You can pop it off and then you slide the fabric out. When I got the fabric, it was nasty. All I had to do was throw it in the wash. And there's two little screws on the shade. I wish it had like the Versa where it actually zipped on and off the hood frame or the sunshade frame, but it doesn't. It has just some little screws that screw on and off. But I am going to be looking for a second seat for it eventually, but for right now, there's a few other car seat adapters that I would like to get, because honestly, you know, we are still talking about having baby number 3. At this point, I don't want a Britax infant seat. I just have that infant seat for my dolls. It's actually an expired car seat. But the car seat that I would really like, there's 2 of them that I really like. The Nuna Pippa and the Clique new infant seat they're coming out with. I cannot think of the new name. Both of those use different attachments. I'm kind of on the lookout to see if I can find those ones. If I can, fantastic. If not, okay. You know, I can wait till closer to having baby number 3, especially once we more so decide. Although I am kind of looking for, there is an older version of a versatile car seat attachment that I've seen a few come up locally. I just haven't had the money when they came up. That I do want to get one of those, because that one has multi-uses. Like, even if Crystal came and she didn't want to bring a stroller, obviously having 2 strollers, she could borrow one. But, you know, I've had this infant seat probably the longest, and it's expired. I have the attachments for the Graco stroller. I just don't, or infant seat, I just don't have one right now. And even if you have 2 babies, like, the other thing that makes it nice even having, if you don't have two babies and you don't want the second car or a seat attachment, you know, you can just buy these separate. Like, they come in a package. I believe it's $20 just for these from Baby Jogger. And say, for instance, like my best friend is currently pregnant, and say, for instance, I had a baby and the two of us are going out and we only want to take one stroller. Like, you can just snap these on. She typically has one kind of car seat. I have a different kind of car seat. If you have the attachments for both of them, you can put both car seats on there. You don't have to have a Britax seat and a Britax seat. You can have a Britax seat and a Graco seat. You know, some people, in fact, even that do have twins, have different car seats for their babies because, say, for instance, the Graco seat they bought for their babies doesn't work for one of their babies, so they had to go buy a Britax seat. Especially if they're a NICU baby and they failed their car seat test in one test. Some NICUs have other car seats that they put the baby in. If the baby passes in that car seat, the parents go out and buy that car seat. So I just kind of want to get that universal, that's the word I keep thinking of, universal attachment. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the Baby Jogger City Select. If you have any questions, just comment below. I will see you all later. Bye!